This is my little confession box. I live in it. When I was 15, I was hanging out for a fuck like all 15-year-old boys. And I was working in a restaurant for 8 months, and I thought I'd chuck the job in because it was getting a bit ridiculous. I was working my ass off. And I got $100. Like, there's 4 weeks' pay, just about. So I hit King's Cross, and this guy said, "Wow, there's a hot girl upstairs, buddy. You know, fuck her up the ass, do what you want with her. Fucking $50, mate. You know, half an hour." And I said, "Yeah, $50." I handed him $50. I said, "That's a bargain." Oh, if I had to work a couple of weeks for that. And I get in there and there's this hot girl, and I thought, there is a God, there's a God. I'm starting to believe. And she takes off her clothes. She was perfect. I thought, right, how do you make a working art breathe and talk and walk? And that was it. I said, can I see your pussy? You know, like, and I just saw some pubic hair. I thought, yeah. Tickly. And she goes, that's it, you know. I don't want to show too much, she said, and she puts the dress back on. I said, "Is that all I get for $50? I just said, "If you complain, you can't say, you having trouble with this coat?" And they muscled me out of the place. I just got robbed. And then I'm walking out of King's Cross with this fucking thing I should tie to my leg. It's giving me away everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's girls. I think I've got to do something. I'm down to my last $50. I'm not going to fall for that one again, I said. So then I go into the sex shop. I thought maybe I'll buy a stick magazine. I'm going to have to do something about this. And then there's up the top, I see there's this face, and his eyes open up wide, and his mouth's open up wide, and it's got blonde hair. And I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll get a blow-up doll. Yeah, I'll get a blow-up doll. And I'm waiting there, and I'm waiting. There's all these people in the shop. I'm waiting for about an hour for the shop to empty, because I didn't want people to know that I was buying a blow-up doll, you know. Word gets around real quick. You're on the bus on the way to work, and that's the guy who's got a blow-up doll. And anything, did I hear that? So then finally everyone left the shop, and I said to the guy, "Can I have that plastic doll, please? $50. Here's the $50. And just as I was doing it, about 10 football, rugby fucking players all rocking, drunk as fucking skunks. And they go, "Get away to this guy, buy a blow-up doll. You'll be right with her, mate." I think, for fuck's sake, you know. Could you put it in a brown paper bag, please? I've got to get out of here. And then he goes, you need some KY jelly, buddy. I said, "K what?" KY jelly. What kind of transistors are these? And he goes, you need it for lubrication. And I said, oh look, just fucking throw it in, you know, how much more is that going to cost? I've just lost all my severance pay. I got out of there, and as I was leaving for about an hour, I could still hear the rugby players. I'd be bounding an hour, oh yeah. My ears were burning for years later, they still burn. I went down to the flaming ears of fire, and they burn, 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 the ears of fire, the ears of fire. And then finally I get home, and it was no ordinary house. It did have a very serious cockroach problem. And in those days, I didn't know the potential of cockroaches and how beautiful they really are. They've saved the world. I got a whole heap of them to a friend in space. But they were suffering from radiation disease some 300,000 years later, after they dropped a few bombs they dropped, a few experiments, nothing like we've done. And the sickness was incredible. It was nearly wiping out the whole planet. So cockroaches actually resolve radioactive problems. They've got nanotechnology minds. But I didn't know that in those days, and I'm walking down this long corridor, and it went into more corridors, which went into more corridors, was almost made a straight line. And every door I went past cracked open and went, and you could see an eye come up to the door, and they're watching you the whole time. And then just as you walk past, the door goes ka-ding, shut. And the next one goes ka-ding, open. And every floorboard squeak, squat, all the way to my room. And I'll finally get in my room, and then I have a look at it. I'll get what's the body look like? I only saw the head. So then I'm blowing it up like. And you could hear this glass on the wall, like the guy's listening in next door, he's got his ear on the glass, and you can hear it scraping around the wall, and I think, what's he fucking doing, you know? It's probably CIA, he's had a breakdown in his fucking little machinery he listens with. He's gone back to primitive. He's working with the cockroaches. And then I'll finally blow it up, and it's looking at me, you know, and I break out the KY jelly. There it is. It's got these Bakelite fucking tits glued on, about 10 times the thickness of the rest of the skin. This is about as inviting as I think I should have just stuck to Miss Palmer and the Five Daughters, really. I still had the glass going around the wall, and as I'm mounting this thing, it's going, it sounds like about 1,000 balloons that are being squished with people's hands, you know, that rubbery, high friction sound. And the legs are sticking up in the air. I was trying to straighten them out, and I was making all these noises. And then I go to give it to her in the mouth, and it's too fucking small, eh? And I think she's looking at me like, you're a fucking pedophile, you are. You're a fucking I'm, yeah, you're a sick guy. And I said, well, you know how old I am? I said, well, you look old enough. My God, what kind of doll have I got here? I'm thinking. I just turned it around and give it to her from behind. I thought, enough of this, you're just a plastic doll. You're not doing this to me. And then, well, eventually I did it. I soiled it. I left the evidence inside. I'd put evidence in this blow-up doll that I had. I'd actually had it. I'd violated the laws of God. And my first love was a plastic doll. I didn't know the nanotechnology aspect of it at the time. And I lost the better part of me in there. And then the realisation that the cleaner's going to come in and find it in the cupboard. What are you going to do with it now? I had to get rid of it. I had to get across Sydney with this blow-up doll with the evidence in it. I mean, the police were on the prowl for weirdos like that, I had a reputation. It wasn't a very good one, but I didn't want it any worse. So, the operation was successful. I made it to Manly, and it was a bright sunny day. The surfers were all surfing, and I blew it up, and I threw it in the water, and it bobbed off towards all the first with his arms out and his legs open,